Hey everybody, welcome back to the Centaur Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. My name is Benjamin, and I do review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all things scent related. I love to help y'all find the best fragrances, of course save some money if we can, and have some fun, learn about all those little details and all those little notes. So today I have a very special fragrance to share with y'all today. This is a fragrance that is kind of becoming near and dear to my heart. This is a fragrance that was sent to me, but they didn't even ask for a review. They just sent this fragrance out there to get it out there. You probably have heard a little bit about this brand, but not much, because this brand is kind of new and they only have one fragrance, I believe, so far. That's in production right now. This is Zaharoff signature or pour homme, and it's a beautiful thing. I wanted to show you the full presentation real quick. This is the inside of the box where the fragrance sits, and it says, "I am in control of my own destiny." This fragrance has a image. This brand has a pursuit, a message, and I love that. I got a handwritten note on the back. It means a lot to a guy like me. And the front is a beautiful kind of thick cardboard, but it's gold. It catches attention, and it does look quite classy. So let's talk about this fragrance, though. Let's talk about what we're getting into. Who is this fragrance for? The smell, the projection and longevity, of course, the compliment factor, and the price. So, guys, if you don't know, George is a fantastic guy. He's the owner of this, and again, he sent this to me, and I was floored and shocked. I didn't even contact him. And I love that when a brand is willing and trusts their fragrance, they trust that their product is that good enough to take a risk on it, to put their brand out there, and no matter what somebody says, they know that they got a good product and they trust in it. That's what you're getting here. This fragrance is a multifaceted fragrance. There's a lot going into it. It is composed like a vintage fragrance with modern notes. Again, I'm going to say that. This is composed in a classical style with modern ingredients, and it has a modern smell, but a fashion and a style of fragrance that you might not be familiar with if you're a younger person, or if you haven't smelled too many of the really authentic fragrances of the past. So you might say, what does that even mean? Okay, let me drive the point a little bit clearer. Modern fragrances do have a lot of notes. They are complex, but you're probably getting 10 main kind of accords or notes that they're really going for that all blend together in a fragrance like this. Especially if you look at Koros and some of the older fragrances like this one has 20 plus ingredients. It's very complex, has all kinds of notes and all kinds of things going on in this fragrance. So you're probably asking again, what does that matter and what does that mean? It just means that as this fragrance dries down, that you're going to notice that there's a little bit more of the change of the fragrance. It's not a dramatic change from the opening to the dry down and in between with the mid, but there's definitely some little fragrances that play peekaboo with you and kind of show their heads and make an appearance. So what we're getting with this fragrance, to me, overall, it smells mostly like a cardamom soapy patchouli fragrance, and it's to die for. It is beautiful. So again, I'll put the notes down here for y'all below, but the patchouli definitely makes it a showing. This fragrance has ingredients sourced from all over the world. They were going for a certain feel with this fragrance, and none of the notes smell particularly just like you would expect from an essential oil. All of these fragrances are well blended, and it's kind of hard to pick them out. But patchouli stands out. It is a very classy patchouli. It's kind of like a regal patchouli. This fragrance has a dry feel. The soapiness does not smell immature. It does not smell like something in a designer fragrance. The soapiness almost has a tiny bit of powderiness, and there's a cardamom, but the cardamom isn't very spicy, but it does lean a little bit of that gray texture and feel to this fragrance. Again, patchouli definitely makes a stand, and there's some additional woods in the dry down. This fragrance might be sounding kind of dark to you, but it's just it'll smell kind of like a very classy, refined, gray type of fragrance. So Overall, a very nice fragrance indeed with the smell. It smells very nice. It smells like a CEO. It smells like a businessman. If you're looking for a quintessential office fragrance and you're perhaps a more mature or a fantastic gentleman, probably 25 plus. Some might say 30 plus. You do have to be a very confident and man in a certain kind of mood to wear this fragrance. But it's perfect for the office. It demands respect. When I first smelled this, I thought CEO. I thought gray suit. I thought man who knew who he was, soft spoken, maybe listens a little bit more than he speaks. This fragrance is a fantastic creation. So overall, I really do enjoy the smell. It's a little bit understated. I have some sprayed on my hand here, and I'm going to spray some more. Um, but is there any other notes that stand out? I think that oud does stand out. The oud here is not like any other oud. You're definitely not getting anything dirty or skanky or strange. The oud here is a very nice fragrance and something I think that I've never smelled an oud like it. It just smells like a classy, refined, and it becomes almost gray with the rest of this composition. You do notice that there's a little bit of a lavender feel with this fragrance. Don't be scared though, this fragrance is not a lavender bomb. It does have you can kind of notice that underlying feel. There's a little bit of floral to this fragrance, and it can lead you to be curious to what it is. It makes the fragrance much more calming and makes it, again, a little bit understated and gentlemanly. So, a very nice composition. Those are the main notes that jump out to my nose. And again, the notes are down here for y'all. But it is a complex fragrance. So with the projection and the longevity, guys and gals, this fragrance is just what you want for the office. Again, a quintessential office fragrance, no doubt about it. This fragrance is going to give you 7 to 9 hours on close. It might give you closer to 10. It gives you average to maybe slightly above average projection. Sillage is pretty good, quite good. So overall performance for this style of fragrance, for what you want. This fragrance has woods in the dry down. It has oud. It made sure that this fragrance has some longevity to it. So this fragrance overall quite nice. It does quite a good job in the performance department. It's not going to be a shouter. It's not going to grab attention particularly, but it's really going to do the job. It is quite a noticeable fragrance in the office. When you're close to people, it's going to boost your mood, and it's going to help you smell respectable, in charge, a very astute and refined kind of man. So, with the compliment factor, this is not a compliment kind of fragrance. This is not sweet. This is not aquatic. This is not a Tonka heavy fragrance. This is not a bubblegum fragrance. This is a fragrance that is refined and classy and for a great man out there. So, compliment factor was not high. It definitely made me feel better about myself. It put me in a good mood, in a good place, and in my head, just made me feel better. And people could notice that, and people could tell that this was not your everyday fragrance. It does makes you smell like a CEO. It makes you smell like a very astute businessman. So people definitely looked at me in a different light, in a different way. It's a very respectable kind of fragrance. So a very nice creation. It serves its purpose, and it does it very well. So with the price, I believe a full size, this is a 4.2 ounce, not a 3.4, so it's a little bit bigger than average. I believe it's about 150. I'll put it down here below just to double check with y'all. But overall, it's a fair, if not good value for what it is. So you might think I'm biased because I got this full bottle for free, and I do think he's a kind man, and I do like that he's helping the fragrance community by sending out fragrances to reviewers, my friends, and helping us all to get our noses on a new fragrance, to be able to have content, and really brands should be doing these kinds of things to get their name out there, and I really do like that he has confidence in his product. So, am I biased? You can take this with a grain of salt, perhaps I am. Do I think that this is a masterpiece? I do think it's quite good. I don't know if I want to say it's a masterpiece though. There's fragrances for everybody out there. There are fragrances for every single person out there. For a gentleman out there who wants an office fragrance, if you're a big fan of I think it's masculine or plurial by I believe by is it MFK, and Grey Vetiver by Tom Ford. Those kinds of fragrances. Um, I think you're really going to adore this fragrance. If you liked, the One Gray by Dolce & Gabbana, those feel type of fragrances, platinum style fragrances, this fragrance I think is going to wow you if, again, you want that classical style. I don't have anything I can say bad about this fragrance. I can't find anything that I could critique it. I could nitpick in personal preferences, but overall, it serves its purpose and it's very well thought, or it's very well done, composed. It does its job in what it was designed and intended to. So, is this a 10 out of 10? Um, I, I think it is. For in the office, in the business world, for that kind of fragrance. Again, you can, if you're a cheapy guy, if you're a designer guy, there are fantastic designer fragrances out there who are going to get you by, and you're going to be very happy for less money. But as far as value goes, and for the office wear, for something that brings the new and the old together, and a fusion of a fragrance for today, I don't know of anything else that are like this. I don't know of any brands who are particularly trying to attempt to do this, make retro fragrances. There are some indie brands who are trying it, and some other ones, but none of them have really made a very true to form business fragrance, a gentlemanly, classy fragrance. I'd let people smell this one. Trust me, people are wowed by this fragrance, especially if you're in a more of a business environment and an environment that people, are more well dressed, more well mannered, that kind of thing. This fragrance will wow people and it will really impress people. I do think, again, older gentlemen are going to like this fragrance a little bit more. Every older gentleman who came across this and happened to smell me, especially my dad, was very impressed with this fragrance. Very impressed. So, a very good fragrance for the gentleman, for the, refined man. So, a really good fragrance. I hope that y'all enjoyed my review today. Let me know if you have questions, if you've tried this. Let me know what office fragrances you wear below. I hope that in my videos that I doesn't seem like I'm taking shots at anybody. I know that sometimes in this fragrance game and in the fragrance world, things can become political or dramatic quickly. I think that I can say that this is a great office fragrance without causing drama. If you try this fragrance, if you're into office fragrances, if you know what a real office fragrance should be, you want to try something like this. This is a office fragrance for a man, for a refined guy who wants something that is top notch, that's quality. Again, the fragrance notes they're sourced. He went all over the world to find these notes and composed this fragrance and really did his work and his research. So a fantastic fragrance. Zaharoff signature is worth the money. So I hope I haven't gone on again too long today, but thank y'all so much for stopping by. If I've earned your review, your like, your subscribe, hitting that notification bell, even sharing the video, I hope that I did today. Please do me a favor and do that. Help the Centaur fragrance channel grow. We're on the road to 2,000, so I really looking forward to that. I'm really excited. So help me as I help you on this fragrance journey. So thank y'all so much for being here today. This is a fantastic creation. I was again given this for free, but nothing attached, nothing asked, nothing forced, no money exchanged. But I took my time to do this review. I got this fragrance a while back. George, you know that. You're probably waiting on hands and toes and just waiting to see what I thought about this fragrance. Again, I think it's more for the mature crowd. I think it's more for the gentleman, but I do think that it's a very good creation. But it's pretty much a office fragrance or a dressed up fragrance only. And again, I do feel like it's not the most playful fragrance, but it's quite a good one, no doubt about it. So, thank y'all so much for being here. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out. Have a fantastic weekend. Have some fun out there. Be safe. I'll see y'all next time. Wear what you love, and I'll see ya. And bye.